I'm Anna Rubin, and I'm delighted to participate in this release party for Deon Price's CD, Rendezvous. I had the pleasure of reviewing it for the IAWM Journal. I've known Deon for at least 40 years, and our paths have crossed many times. And I continue to be inspired and astonished by her remarkable productivity and creativity. Rendezvous includes 4 powerful works. Deon's engagement with social justice is exemplified in the striking work Behind Barbed Wire, a work commemorating the internment of Japanese Americans in World War II. It is evident in the 4-movement work Chamber Symphony, inspired by Hildebrando de Mello's and zombie paintings. These works explore the full range of human emotion, from melancholy and despair to fierce joy, from gentleness to comic and ironic reflection. Her engagement with tradition is another hallmark of her output. On this CD, it is exemplified by Ludwig's Letter to Eternal Beloved, a 6-part work for countertenor and chamber orchestra. This plumbs the depth of Beethoven's tormented personality. Likewise, If Life Were to Sing for chamber orchestra exploits the concerto grosso form. The performers are all to be commended for their marvelous performances, including Chika Inoue, saxophonist, Mary Au, pianist, Darryl Taylor, countertenor, and conductor and artistic director of the Brooklyn Chamber Orchestra, Philip Nuzzo.
Chapter 2, Ludwig's Letter to Eternal Beloved. Hello, my name is Deon Nielsen Price, and I'm delighted to introduce you to my works on the new Rendezvous album, released on the Cambria label. My friend and colleague for many years, countertenor Darryl Taylor, and I recorded in June 2021 with the Brooklyn Chamber Orchestra at the beautiful historical St. Anne's and the Holy Trinity Church in Brooklyn Heights, New York. On this clip, Darryl Taylor sings the first song in Ludwig's Letter to Eternal Beloved. The letter was written in pencil early in the morning while Beethoven was still in bed. Although the entire cycle is available on video, which this first clip is, we will also listen to another song from the audio album called You Are Suffering. The work was premiered in May 2022 for a sold-out audience. This short video clip shows the entrance of Darryl Taylor and the conductor Phil Nuzzo. I attended the 2018 LDS Arts Festival in New York City. In the exhibition gallery, while I was studying the paintings by Hildebrando de Mello, musical ideas kept coming into my brain. So I met the artist and I told him that I would like to write a symphony inspired by his paintings. It was 2020 when I finally had a chance to stay home and focus on composing the symphony. This was during the shelter at home status of all of San Francisco. And there were people dying around me. So you tell about the first symphony, the first movement.
The first movement, called Pathos, is inspired by de Mello's painting called Mustard. The New Testament parable of the mustard seed is evoked by the artist in his triptych. In the painting, the connecting architecture is a brown-black figure which represents the artist. The color yellow has traditionally been used to describe human suffering and madness.
In this symphony's first movement, the music describes the agony, the struggling, and the final succumbing to the coronavirus. I witnessed this tragedy in people around me when I was composing this movement. Chapter 3, Movement 2, Compassion. The painting is Dvorak's system.
The second movement of the Chamber Symphony is inspired by the painting de Mello calls Dvorak's system. The name Dvorak's is an acronym that the artist created to describe God. V, volatile, O, omnipotent, R, reaction, A, action, and X, schist, a metaphoric rock that the artist equates with the creation out of darkness. The word Nzambi in the title of the series of his paintings means God. Here, God is shown in blacks and browns at the center of the canvas, with hands and arms hovering over a large rectangular form that for the artist represents the kingdom of God.
The second movement of the Chamber Symphony is called Compassion. The lyrical music here indeed suggests a heavenly place like the kingdom of God. Chapter 3, Movement 3, Quest. The painting is Two Forces.
The two black forms in this painting, called Two Forces, represent individuals at work. Like all of the paintings in this series, De Mello painted this work with metal tools rather than paintbrushes. The artist's ancestral tribe was agrarian, and the artist's knives that scrape, mark, and mix pigments on canvas and paper suggest the tribe's tools that works the land. The Chamber Symphony third movement is called Quest.
The two musical forces are two alternating melodies that are presented in canons. We will hear the first melody in this audio clip. Chapter 3, Movement 4, Felicity. The painting is Eye of God 1.
The artist has commented that he sometimes feels like that God is watching him. This Eye of God painting is the first in a series of drawings that are not about God, but about what God sees the artist creating. The documents in the painting are of De Mello's trip to New York City for the LDS Arts Center residency, where he created all of the Nzambi paintings. Collaged onto these Eye of God paintings are Kigongo language pages from the Bible, shipping labels, luggage tags, all in the circular image of God's eye.
The audio clip we will hear is the final section of the Chamber Symphony fourth movement called Felicity. It is full of hope and joy. In 2019, Phil Nuzzo and the Brooklyn Chamber Orchestra commissioned me to orchestrate Behind Barbed Wire. Here is a clip with Chika as soloist with the Brooklyn Chamber Orchestra, and it also shows some of the documentary film that was created to go with the music by Luis Tonali Hernandez and Grecia de los Cabos in the Media Arts Department at Cal State University, Dominguez Hills. There is nothing more sorrowful than war. Here alone, all of life's sadness is brought together.
Departure day. Families leaving one by one. Summer clouds. Taking only what can be carried. Came to internment camp on a summer night. Barracks lighting up one by one. Chapter 4, Behind Barbed Wire, Chika Inoue, saxophone, Mary Au, piano. In 2017, Mary Au commissioned me to compose a saxophone piano duo for her and Chika Inoue to perform for the commemoration at California State University, Dominguez Hills of the 75th anniversary of Executive Order 9066. That order by the President of the United States sent 120,000 Japanese American citizens to incarceration camps during World War II. In our research, we found tanka and haiku poetry about life in the camps that was written by internees of the camps. The music behind Barbed Wire begins with the bombing of Pearl Harbor and ends with the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
There's nothing more sorrowful than war. Here alone, all of life's sadness is brought together.
Departure day. Families leaving one by one. Summer clouds. Taking only what can be carried. Came to internment camp on a summer night. Barracks lighting up one by one. Handcuffed and taken away. I see my husband, even today. Sailing on the same ship, on separate decks. The son, a U.S. soldier. His father, a prisoner of war. At midday, children chasing dragonflies. Their teeth are white.